If you see any hosts on the right or the left, you see any politicians on the right or the left being against this deal, they don't work for us, okay? They have another country's best interests in mind.
Neocons won, Cenk. Neocons won, that's
what
it.
Up?
That's it. On Truth Social, Trump just posted the split between the America First MAGA Republicans and the neocons in the Republican Party grows wider as President Donald Trump is allegedly poised to sign a new Iran nuclear deal that would allow Tehran to enrich enough uranium to provide their country with power, but not to develop a nuclear weapon. Now, Iran is an oil producing country. Some might argue, why would Iran need nuclear power if they have oil? Well, their entire economy is reliant on exporting that oil, and they use nuclear energy in order to provide their citizens with electricity. And so in the original Iran nuclear deal, there was an allowance for Tehran to produce enough enriched uranium in order to provide electricity for their people, but clearly not enough to build a nuclear weapon. So the nuclear deal proposal the US gave Iran on Saturday would allow limited low-level uranium enrichment on Iranian soil for a to be determined period of time. And guess what? Believe it or not, the White House isn't denying this. So White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said in a statement that President Trump has made it clear that Iran can never obtain a nuclear bomb. Special Envoy Witkoff has sent a detailed and acceptable proposal to the Iranian regime, and it's in their best interest to accept it. Out of respect for the ongoing deal, the administration will not comment on details of the proposal to the media. Now, on Sunday, interestingly enough, Witkoff had submitted what was described as preliminary ideas to be discussed in the next round of talks. So under the proposal, Iran would not be allowed to build any new enrichment facilities and must dismantle critical infrastructure for conversion and processing of uranium. The proposal also states that Iran would have to halt new research and development on centrifuges. Now, the Iran deal will create a regional enrichment consortium that meets several conditions, including the fact that Iran won't be allowed to develop domestic enrichment capabilities beyond those necessary for civilian purposes. After signing the agreement, Iran will have to temporarily reduce its enrichment concentration to 3%. This period will be agreed upon in negotiations. Iran's underground enrichment facilities will have to become non-operational for a period of time agreed by the parties. And the enrichment activity in Iran's above ground facilities will temporarily be limited to the level needed for nuclear reactor fuel, according to International Atomic Energy Agency guidelines. So look, there are Democrats who are criticizing this, I think stupidly, because they're like, well, this sounds like Obama's nuclear deal that Trump ripped up. Listen, Trump did rip up the original Iran nuclear deal that was accomplished during the Obama administration. And that was a bad move, something that we harshly criticized Trump for doing. That being said, we are living in a new era where there are two options before us. One of them is to go to war with Iran, which is a far superior military power than Iraq, and we would do so on behalf of Israel. That would be a disaster. We should want to prevent that from happening. So if there is a possibility for a new nuclear deal, even if it's the same as Obama's deal, we should be in favor of that. We should be celebrating that rather than playing this ridiculous, partisan hack tribal BS that I keep seeing online.
Yeah.
I get it, Trump bad, he ripped up the Iran nuclear deal. Yes, that is true. There's a possibility for peace. We should be in favor of it and not go in the way of the neocons who are trying to discourage Trump from doing this. And we'll get to the neocons in a moment.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get to them in a sec because I think I'm gonna say some very harsh things about anyone opposed to this deal. So first, let me just clarify my views on it. Just like Anna said, they cannot enrich uranium for military purposes anymore. That means they will not have nukes. They won't be able to process any uranium in Iran going forward. That's an amazing deal. The uranium gets processed outside their country and brought in only for energy purposes. And by the way, if you don't know, uranium for energy, civil energy purposes is a very different than one that is weaponized for a bomb. Very, very different. That is why many countries have it and we're not freaked out by it, okay? So now, so it's a great deal. It means that they will not have nukes and we will have peace. What do we give up? absolutely nothing.
We loosen sanctions on Iran. That's yeah.
We loosen sanctions. Who cares? We were sanctioning them. That's like, it's not like we were getting the money. It's not like there's any downside for us. We're just removing some of the sanctions we have on a different country. It doesn't cost us anything. The only thing that it does is it prevents war. We were saying to Iran, we're going to attack you, we're going to kill you, destroy you, etc. Now we won't. That's how a peace deal works, okay? Now, the people opposed to it, Anna's right, some are Democrats who go, oh yeah, this is like the Obama deal, man. Then great, you should be in favor of it. End of question, period. If you thought the Obama deal was great, which I think it was great, and you think this is similar to the Obama deal, great. Then you love it, right? Or are you actually deranged? Like, it's a real question. Like, do you want to go to war with Iran just to spite Trump?
Yes, some people do.
Like
literally, literally, you'll see them all over the internet right now. It's amazing. It's literally, I don't care about the two parties at all, okay? I'm so past the partisanship because I see deep flaws with both parties. I know that's gonna offend a lot of people, but it's just how I feel about it. So at this point, we gotta make do with what we've got. And right now, the president of the United States, whether people like it or not, is Donald Trump. If he is inclined to pursue a peace deal or a new nuclear deal with Iran that prevents war, then we should be happy to see it. Now, do I believe that he's gonna go in that direction for sure? I don't. You never know which direction Trump is gonna go in. This is a very sensitive situation, and I'm terrified that he will be swayed by the neocons to go in the wrong direction.
Yeah, so I wanna get to that as well. First of all, Annie, no, you're definitely not alone. The Democratic Party is polling at 19%. Yes, there's something deeply wrong with both parties. If you're in the blue and on camp where you still think Democratic leadership are geniuses and honest and angels, hey, listen, man, look, mental health facilities that need customers too. So God bless you, okay?
Well, we don't have them, we don't fund them, so.
Like angels, you really think that people taking $1 billion from donors, the people who lost to Donald Trump twice are geniuses? Come on, come on, please stop embarrassing yourself.
We gotta get to the neocons.
I know, hold on, I'm getting there. So now look, in terms of the direction, if you say, well, I don't trust Trump, I don't know that he's gonna get there. What do you wanna do then? You wanna encourage him and his base to move in that direction, not against that direction. So if you go, well, I'm a little skeptical. I mean, I really like the deal. It's like the Obama deal, but I'm a little skeptical. So why don't I just call him a racist? No, wait, what? Why? I'll just call him a Nazi. Why? If he's going in the right direction, you encourage that. You don't discourage that, unless again, you're a moron, okay? So I'm gonna get to the neocons as well, go ahead.
And by the way, who wants to be in the same room as the neocons? I don't.
Yeah, tons of Democrats do.
Okay,
tons of, because a lot of the Democrats, the ones we're talking about, yes, some are politicians, some are real people, etc. The people who are desperate to make sure this deal doesn't happen, that are politicians, they don't work for America. Yeah. They work for Israel. Yeah, I said it, and I'll say it 2 more times. Any politician opposed to this deal, Republican or Democrat, is a traitor. They don't work for America. They want to have us go to war with Iran on behalf of Israel. Okay, go ahead. This deal is excellent. It makes no sense to oppose it unless you got an order from your babysitter, as Thomas Massey puts it, Israeli agents who like literally shepherd every congressperson and tell them, you will vote no, you will vote for war. Send Americans to die instead of us. And they go, yes, sir. Go ahead, I dare you, be against this peace deal. Go ahead, Anna.
So Barak Ravid, who reported the story for Axios, hilariously wrote that by making this offer, the Trump administration is risking backlash from its allies on the Hill and in Israel. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government and dozens of Republican senators have pushed the administration to maintain red lines on zero nuclear enrichment and the full dismantlement of Iran's nuclear program.
Now, we've gotten orders from Israel. Wow,
oh, no.
I didn't know that. I guess we should all bow down to a different country who would like us to lose our lives and our fortune fighting their wars just like they did in Iraq. Oh, okay, we don't care at all. If you see any hosts on the right or the left, you see any politicians on the right or the left being against this deal, they don't work for us, okay? They have another country's best interests in mind.
So look, all of the neoconservatives of the Bush era, they didn't just disappear. They're still here. Okay, they were lurking in the shadows for a while because there wasn't a war that they could rally support for. But now, all of a sudden, they're coming out, and it's very reminiscent of all of the calls to war we were hearing in the lead up to the 2003 Iraq invasion. So let me give you some specific examples. You have Mark Dubowitz, who is the CEO of the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. He writes on X, President Trump, all of his top officials, 52 GOP senators and 177 House Republicans demanded zero enrichment capability and full dismantlement of Iran's nuclear program. Now, the US is offering a deal that lets Iran keep enriching. My understanding is the enrichment would happen off-site, out of the country, right?
Yeah. So let me explain what that group is.
Yeah.
They changed their name to Defense of Democracy because they wanted to pretend that it was, Israel and America are in it together and we're protecting democracy together. Nonsense. That's the Israeli lobby. So that's AIPAC and the other groups that their whole job is to control America on behalf of Israel. That's literal. That's the only reason they're formed, so that America follows Israel's orders. So there is no other reason for AIPAC or anyone in that group. So that's why he's lying. Iran will not be able to enrich uranium at home going forward. And in terms of bringing it down to zero, tons of countries have nuclear energy with low enriched uranium. Just because it's the same word doesn't mean that it's the same concept. It is completely different to enrich it at a much, much, much higher level for weapons. And we are all aware of that. And that is why the international community does not mind sending, having Iran having a nuclear energy program like tons of countries in the world.
Right. Now, Mark Levin, my favorite neocon, who thinks even uttering the word neocon is anti-Semitic,
of course, speaking is anti-Semitic unless you agree with Mark Levin and bow your head to Israel. Mark, you know what? If you love Israel so much, why don't you go? You'll get you'll vote for killing a lot more Palestinians. So, right, the money's here and you need to send the money over there. I got you, okay.
So he writes, can this be true? We will know very soon. Senate must use its treaty power either way. In other words, F the executive branch. We should, have Congress do what it needs to do.
That's really important.
Yeah.
Because that's Mark Levin saying, I give up on Trump. He might actually want peace. So all of you bought bitches in Congress, all the ones we purchased. By the way, out of the 535 people in Congress, 502 take money from AIPAC and affiliated groups. Israel didn't purchase them for no reason. This is Mark saying, I'm now activating the Israeli agents inside the US government. You better vote for war and go. And if you're a Republican, we don't care about even what Trump says. You'll lose your goddamn job if you need to, okay? But you work for Israel, not America.
All right, one guy from Red State says, if you spent a decade trashing the JCPOA, that was the original Iran nuclear deal, and we all did because it was garbage, then don't be the clown that supports this just because it's your side. No, there is definitely a faction within the Republican base, the so-called America First MAGA Republicans, who don't want war. I know it's hard for the neocons to accept that there's a huge portion of the Republican base that doesn't want to go to war with Iran on behalf of Israel, but they exist. And honestly, it's one of the more positive developments I've seen within the Republican Party. I have a tremendous amount of respect for those particular voters who can see clearly, who know what's going on here, and flat out reject the neoconservatives of the Bush era. Probably because the neoconservatives of the Bush era sent their family members to war in Iraq, multiple deployments, Afghanistan as well. And what do we get for it? Taliban's still in control of Afghanistan. We lost over 4,000 soldiers in Iraq. Hundreds of thousands of civilians in Iraq died as a result of that war. A complete disaster.
Yeah. So look, if you're back to the tribalism inside the US, if you're on the Democratic side and you say, nope, I hate Trump, I hate MAGA, and I have a closed mind, I don't want to hear it. You're totally wrong. It's not a little portion of MAGA, it's a big portion of MAGA that is anti-war. So I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. No, I don't want the truth, I don't want reality. Well, I like hating so much.
Neocons won, Cenk. Neocons won, that's it. That's it. On Truth Social, Trump just posted, the auto pen should have stopped Iran a long time ago from enriching. Under our potential agreement, we will not allow any enrichment of uranium.
Okay, that's it. So he got bribed. So this was all a matter of just getting bribed. Congratulations, Donald Trump. By the way, I was in the middle of giving MAGA credit. Now let's see if they earn it, okay? So are you now going to switch your position entirely and go, well, Daddy Trump got bribed, so Israel first? Mark Levin is probably just ecstatic now. I told you we were gonna buy him and we bought him, right? So now, by the way, prepare your sons and daughters for war because Israel demands us to go to war. By the way, I want to get to Biden because Biden, what did you do? Did you put us back in the Obama peace deal?
That he promised to do when he was.
And it's the easiest thing in the world. You were his vice president. Why don't you put us back in? No, because you work for Israel. And now Trump says, just kidding. I'm not the president of America, and I don't believe in America first. I believe in America dead last, and whoever the hell bribes me, way above them. Now you see right in the middle of this story, as the story breaks, do you see me in favor of Trump or opposed to Trump? It depends on what he does. Please care about policy. Please stop being egomaniacs on both sides. So now I turn around my criticism to MAGA. Go ahead, MAGA. Go ahead, show me who you are. Are you actually anti-war or are you, oh no, Trump got bribed by AIPAC, we're good, we're good. Show me who you are. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.